So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K25 Next Gen, and we have an absolute blockbuster today with Karl-Anthony Towns being traded to the New York Knicks. For the second straight year, we have an end of offseason absolute blockbuster. Of course, last year we all remember that September trade that sent Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks. This one was a Friday night Shams bomb, ended up sending Karl-Anthony Towns to New York. Back to Minnesota goes Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, a couple other fillers in there to make the money work. But this was just one that really didn't seem like it was, coming out of anywhere, right? I mean, I think we remember Damian Lillard, that Saga requested the trade. All knew something was going to drop eventually, but this one, legitimately nothing. Nobody heard any buzz. Nobody saw it coming. Media day is only like a week away, and my God, man, a Friday night, late night Shams bomb. So we'll talk a little bit more about my thoughts on the deal once we get into this video. But obviously, New York is preparing to be in a very, very heated race with the Celtics at the top of the Eastern Conference. And it is an arms race now. Let me just tell you that. As always, let me know any other rebuild ideas down below in the comment section. Yes, you don't have to, let me know. I will be doing the Minnesota side of this one tomorrow. I know I am very much aware I've already done a New York Knicks rebuild and a Minnesota Timberwolves rebuild. And for that, my apologies. But, big trade, man. I got to do it. So excited for this one today, man. We'll talk about the team, how I think this deal works out for both sides in just a minute. But very, very excited for this one today, man. I miss basketball so much. I am so ready for October 22nd to be here. Let's get into it. Okay, now here at the start of the 24-25 season, I actually was surprised I didn't have to put through this trade manually. 2K actually did it already, so shout out to them. They don't typically do much of anything that's positive. So let's talk about this Knicks team. Of course, already led by an MVP candidate in Jalen Brunson. They bring in statistically one of the best shooting big men in the history of basketball, and there's already a really solid core around those two. So I am excited to watch this team kind of click. I hope because, the trade happened so late that there won't be many chemistry issues or stuff like that, but I think Karl-Anthony Towns is going to be a very welcome addition here to this New York team. So, Jalen Brunson, we obviously know, his story, the path that he's been on was an absolute, I don't even know how to say it. He was just such a good guy, I guess is the way to put it, taking that pay cut to obviously remain with New York. But he is the face of this franchise, the leader of this team, if you will. And I expect him to be, MVP caliber once again. You got Deuce McBride here, really solid backup point guard option for us. Obviously a good defensive player. His offensive game has certainly taken some strides as well. You got Cameron Payne, nice depth piece. Probably won't be playing too much for me here today. Tyler Kolek was a second-round pick out of Marquette. I am excited to see if we can maybe get his development up a little bit. Maybe he can be a contributor. The shooting guard spot, of course, right now listed is only Landry Shamet. Is he really actually on this team? I don't think he actually is. Is he? Oh, no, yes, he is. I don't know. I don't know if he'll play or not. We're going to obviously figure something out. It's probably going to be Mikal Bridges here at the two-guard spot. We'll talk about him, of course, acquiring him from the Brooklyn Nets in another blockbuster deal the New York Knicks made this offseason. He's going to be a nice piece for this team. I do think he's going to be more of like a role player per se with this group, which is probably a better fit for him than what they tried to make him in Brooklyn, which was like the star, the main attraction is what it is. They also re-signed OG Anunoby. Not sure how many people expected them to do that after they obviously paid a whole lot of guys this offseason. So OG Anunoby is here as well. Dadiet, I think I'm pronouncing that right, 69 overall, 19 years old. He was his first round pick this year, and he is somebody that if he can grow, honestly, potential-wise, overall-wise, maybe he finds himself a role. The power forward spot. So Karl-Anthony Towns is currently listed as a 4. I will likely be playing Cat at the 5 to start this video. Now, I know he played a lot of the 4 in Minnesota next to Rudy Gobert, but at 7 feet tall, I'm probably going to have to play him at the center spot because, there's not a lot of options. And in real life, Mitchell Robinson's actually hurt and still may well be traded. So we'll keep an eye on that. You got Josh Hart here, Precious Chua, Marcus Morris Sr., who I believe was actually waived already. So I'll keep an eye on that. You got Chuma Okeke here as well. And then the center spot, as of now, it says Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims. Mitchell Robinson, as I mentioned, is hurt in real life here in, 2K in an unrealistic rebuild. We don't play with injuries on, so he'll probably be playing for me. So we have some positions to move around, that is for sure. We may have a trade or two. I don't necessarily, see any big blockbuster deals coming. We are going to end up making one trade before year one kicks off. It's, hindsight relatively useless, but Nico Batum is going to come in and be my new backup small forward. We're lacking a little bit of depth at that area right now, and Okeke honestly was just not going to play. So we give him up along with a second round pick. They are both expiring contracts. Obviously, Batum a little bit older as well, but that deal right there finalizes my 10-man rotation. We are now ready to go here for our first season in New York. Of course, looking at this starting five, it's absolutely incredible. I think maybe the one thing I worry about is maybe just the fit a little bit. There's a lot of wings with this group. Josh Hart playing the 4, may not be the worst thing in the world, but when you run into some of these teams that run, maybe 2 big men at the 4 and at the 5, that could be an issue. But honestly, I think this group's going to click very, very well. One thing I'm a little disappointed about is we didn't get to watch the full Nova Knicks experience, if you will, but this obviously is, an absolute juggernaut right now. So let's talk about it. Starting 5, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm assuming that's what it's going to be in real life. I don't know if that's going to be the exact position of everybody, but those 5 guys, that is my guess as of now to what this starting 5 for New York is going to look like. Now, the bench unit. I'm leading Deuce McBride as my 6th man here. You guys know me. I don't like traditional big men as 6 men, even though Mitchell Robinson is my highest overall. Honestly, the thing I also am a little bit worried about, this team went from a lot of really, really good quality depth to maybe not as nearly as much as a lot of these other contenders right now. So, I don't want to just dismiss all of these players, excluding Batum, obviously, because, they're still solid role players in this league, but honestly, this was a really good bench at one point, and it is no longer elite, if you will. So that would maybe be the one area that I worry about a little bit, but really, honestly, all you really need is a really good top 8. So I am excited for this team. Are they better than the Celtics? I'm not going to go that far. Maybe it's my Celtics bias, if you will, but I don't really quite see that yet. But I think it is clear that they are the second best team here in the East as of now, and I'm sure they'll go out and prove it. So here goes nothing, man. A full year 1 in New York. I will see you guys at the end of it. Year 1 is over, and 53-29 is the record. I will certainly take that for a year 1. Of course, that is probably one of the top 2 or 3 records here in the East. Now, Luka Doncic, 32-point triple-double. He is your MVP. Reza Shea, Amen Thompson, I forgot these are. Oh, wow, really? We got to really, work on redefining what most improved player means. I think we kind of lost the plot with that one, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, Wemby's incredible. There's nothing wrong with his season. It's a fantastic season all around, but I don't think number 1 overall pick should be getting most improved. All right, Trae Young, clutch player of the year, and Jason Kidd, 66 wins there in Dallas. I forgot this game also. Loves the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, standing times. We are actually the 2 seed here in the East, only 1 game behind the defending champion Boston Celtics. And here is a look at the Western Conference if you would like to pause. Okay, let's go over some numbers real quick. Jalen Brunson was absolutely fantastic. About 27.5, 28 points a game for him. Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, Achua, Shamet, Robinson, and then Batum. Rebounds per game was Josh Hart, and then assists was Brunson. So, we will be facing a play-in team. That play-in team will be the Philadelphia 76ers. I am, surprised, I guess, that this team is in a 7-seed spot, but they are there, and let's go ahead and face them. So here goes nothing. We split the first 2 on our home floor, do win Game 3 and Game 4 on the road, and we end up winning in 5. Now we move on to the Indiana Pacers. Of course, this was a team that was in the East Finals last season, whether you want to call it a fluke run, whatever, more than welcome to. But obviously this Pacers-New York Knicks series last year was very, very entertaining. So here goes nothing. We lose Game 1 on our home floor and Game 2. Oh, baby. We do win the next 2 on the road, though, and we win Game 5. And they win Game 6 and back to MSG for Game 7. Last time these 2 faced off in a Game 7 at MSG, Jalen Brunson broke his fucking hand, and it was basically over before it even started. We win. Wow, and now it is us and the Milwaukee Bucks here in the Eastern Conference Finals. Milwaukee, obviously last couple seasons, had some first-round exits. That is not what they want to do when a team is this good, and let's see if we can maybe get by them, head to the NBA Finals. Drop the first 2 on our home floor. Not great. Then we win 2 in Milwaukee. We lose Game 5, and we get bounced in 6. The Bucks are going back to the finals. They are taking on Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks, and the Bucks sweep Luka. And wow, Giannis, incredible. Second career finals MVP for him. Okay, I can live with that. I don't love it, but I can live with that for a year 1. Hall of Fame inductees James Paul Westbrook, jersey retirements, cool, draft lottery. We're not going to have anything in here, but we will sim through just in case. It is the Bulls, Jazz, Grizzlies were bad. That is weird. Hornets and then Wizards. Everybody else in there kind of makes sense. All right, Tibbs is here. He's going to stay on. He's done a great job with this team, kind of just turning them from honestly like basement dwellers into something that is actually a series contender here in the NBA. So let's head up to the draft. I don't know. Do we have our first? We do not, but we do have Dallas's first. Okay. I think, are we actually supposed to have that? Didn't they have it last year, technically? One second. According to Fanspo, Dallas owns their own 2025 first-round pick. Surprise, surprise, 2K is wrong. Or maybe 2K is not wrong. Maybe Fanspo is wrong. But I'm going to listen to the internet. It typically, is right in these situations. So, yeah, we're not supposed to have Dallas as first because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, during, the 22-23 season, Dallas intentionally missed the playoffs so they could keep their first-round pick. And then this last year, they actually gave up their first-round pick to New York. I believe that all dates back to the Tingus Pingus trade. We all on the same page? Cool. I'm giving Dallas back their first. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Now, Dallas actually only had one second-round pick that I could trade for, and it was this year. I sent them another second just to kind of make up for it. But, yeah, now I have 2 late second-round picks. Thank you very much, Celtics. I don't need this. So, no, we're not drafting anybody this year is what I'm trying to say. We had team player option. Oh, shit. I didn't realize Batum actually had a player option. Okay, well, I maybe should have realized that when I made the trade. Okay, we enter free agency here. Precious Achiuwa, Jericho Sims are the 2 guys for us that I think I'd be interested in maybe bringing back. Maybe just more so Sims is like a depth piece. Give him a little bit over the minimum on a 2-year deal. So he ends up accepting now. Campaign, Landry Shamet. I cannot pronounce this dude's name. Both going to end up just leaving. Neither of them were probably going to be in the rotation next year anyways, but bringing back Achiuwa and Sims was pretty big for me. So we're good. I think we're in a position right now where if we ran this thing entirely back, we'd probably find ourselves in a similar spot to last year. But at the end of the day, this is a rebuild, and that would just be boring as hell. So a couple trades are on the way. This trade may piss a couple New York fans off. I understand how much you guys love Josh Hart, everything that he means to your team, just the way he plays, his style. He hustles for every loose ball. He is just basically the heart and soul of this team. But ultimately, if it's going to pay dividends to make an upgrade at our center spot, landing Alperen Sengun, I'm going to do it. I could probably, as I just mentioned, run this thing back. We may end up winning a championship, but that, kind of makes a very boring rebuild. So we're making changes, is what I'm trying to say. I know this is a lot to give up, but Sengun is really good. I'm also very much aware I get Sengun a decent amount, so I promise I will chill on that after this. But he's actually I've tried to trade for other centers. It just wasn't happening. So Sengun, also getting Cam Whitmore in this deal. I'm also very much aware we just re-signed Precious Achiuwa. Just call it a sign and trade, call it whatever you want. This is going to allow me to move Towns back to the power forward spot. Again, not really sure if that's his best fit or if it's the 5, but plays a lot of the 4 in Minnesota, and maybe he'll play a little bit of 4 here in New York. So still got Mitchell Robinson with this group as well. I am probably going to have to make one more trade. I'm very excited about the addition of Cam Whitmore. And as much as I do think Tyler Kolek and Dadiet could maybe be important pieces, I am in a win-now mode, not a developmental mode. So let's just see what we can do here. Oh boy, not a lot we're being offered. Okay, well that was kind of expected. If I include Dadiet in this deal, is there anything a little bit better? I'm looking shooting guard or power forward right now. Like Chris Dunn wouldn't be terrible, but it's just tough for me to give up such young, promising players for a guy that would be here for maybe 1 year. Could get Najee Marshall, but this makes me give up Sims as well. Ooh, Dario Saric. I actually don't hate that. I don't. All right, I'm getting Dario Saric and a draft pick. I get the draft pick as well, which is big because that could be another trade piece at some point in time. I do need to find myself a new backup shooting guard. The options are not great. So a guy like Malik Beasley, I'd take a quick little 2-year flyer on him, about $4 million annually. Can provide some spacing, obviously, and I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. Second season for us here in New York. Last year, obviously, made an Eastern Conference Finals run and then were defeated by the eventual champion Milwaukee Bucks. Now, this offseason, we did make a major change, adding Alperen Sengun to this team. Ultimately, if I had to pick one between Alperen Sengun or Josh Hart, it's going to be Sengun pretty much 10 times out of 10. It's not to say Josh Hart's not a fantastic player, but I think this starting 5 gives us obviously a little bit more size, a little bit of a better fit as well. It is Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, Alperen Sengun. Bench unit will now be led by Cam Whitmore. Still got Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride, Dario Saric, and Malik Beasley. So I'm excited. Of course, we have kind of rebuilt this bench a little bit as well. I think our top 8 is certainly in a little bit of a better position than where we were just a year ago. So excited for this team. I think this is clearly a championship, talented group. So here goes nothing. A lot of deja vu going on right now. Luka wins another MVP. We once again go 53 and 29. Although it's not a, improvement in really any way, shape, or form, I'll still take it. I feel a little bit better about this year's team. So Luke, another MVP. Ace Bailey, your Rookie of the Year. Amen Thompson, Victor Wembanyama, Alex Sarr, Steph Curry. 70 and 12 in Dallas. Good fucking God. Okay, let's take a look at the standings. We are the 1 seed this time here in the East, so we'll be facing one of the play-in teams once again. And then, yeah, I'm not really sure how to unpack this there in Dallas. Oh, my God. Okay, let's go over some numbers real quick. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Sengun, Towns. We had 4 guys basically scoring over 16 points a game. Cam Whitmore was an elite sixth-man option. OG Anunoby, his scoring has certainly gone down a bit since, being a New York Knick, but it is what it is. Saric, McBride, Beasley, and then Robinson. Rebounds per game led by Sengun, and assist was Brunson. So round one, who's it going to be? It is us and the Detroit Pistons here. A young team that's obviously been rebuilding for a little while. They always somehow bring back Andre Drummond, but here goes. Okay, do not do this. We're not losing against this Pistons team. They're good, they're young, they're fun, but no. Okay, 2K. Please don't do this with me today. Thank you. End up winning in 6. Now we move on to the Orlando Magic, a team that obviously has a very strong defensive identity, is led by one of the more underrated players in the league in Paolo Banchero, in my opinion, and this is not going to be a walk in the park whatsoever. Quick 2-0 lead for us. Maybe it will be. Okay, they do win game 4, and we end up winning the series in 5. Now it is us and the Cleveland Cavaliers here in the Eastern Conference Finals. This is a Cavs team that's, had its core kind of set in stone for a long time now. It's really just about everybody clicking at the right time. So here goes nothing, East Finals. We quickly go up 1-0. They do win game 2 and game 3. We tie it up at 2s. We go up 3-2. We are going to game 7. Winner takes on Dallas. What's going to happen? We lose. Fuck. Okay. Honestly, I don't think we were beating the 70-win Dallas Mavericks anyways, who have now, won a championship in the Luka Doncic era. But my God, man, we have to obviously make some decisions about what we want to do. We can't end this video without a ring. That would just be sad. So let's sim through the lottery real quick. We're not going to have any draft picks in here. We've traded a lot of our future draft picks. So nothing there, and sim through. And now we hit staff signing. So Thibs is still here. He's not going to go anywhere. No, he's going to stay. Let's head up to the draft and see what we got in terms of nothing, right? Oh, actually, we do have number 25 overall, and then we have 2 second-round picks as well. All right, I am actually going to see if I can maybe move up a bit. Now, I don't want to move up to, number 3 or anything like that, but can I maybe move up to, 10 or 11? The 76ers have the 11th overall pick. Can I just get this done and then just take whatever? Nope, not that. Whatever second-round picks you want. Is this possible? No? Maybe one more? All right, so that's not going to go through with 11, so let's see who has 12 or 13, something like that. 12 is the Rockets. Perfect. All right, let's just see who's sitting here. I'm not assuming that anything or anybody we draft here is going to be a major impact play. Oh, Koa Pete's sitting here. Backup power forward could be a position of need for us. Koa Pete, welcome to the team. 6'9", 240 pounds, out of Arizona. He's actually going to be a 77 overall for us. That feels like a really good deal. Cam Whitmore will be brought back. Was a fantastic 6-man option for us last year. We will not be qualifying Kessler, Edwards, and as we head here to free agency, I knew Bridges and Robinson were both going to be here. So let's just pay them both. I know this is one expensive team, but they are very much both needed in this situation. So Mikal Bridges, Mitchell Robinson, welcome back, both of you. I think it is time for one change. We need a little upgrade at our backup shooting guard spot. Let's see if we can bring back an old friend here and Dante DiVincenzo. Now, we're offering up Malik Beasley, Dario Saric, and Jericho Sims. They all have to be in here to make the money work, and they were all going to be out of the rotation anyways. And just like that, a deal with Minnesota lands us back Dante DiVincenzo. So we didn't really talk about it too much to open this video. We'll talk a lot about it, or a little bit more about it in the Timberwolves rebuild tomorrow. But I think losing Dante could end up being, a pretty impact loss. I'm not saying the Knicks are going to suck or anything like that. I still certainly think they're going to be a top 3 seed in the East. But I think he was going to be a really important, for that second unit, and ultimately losing him. And a guy that really just felt like a true New York Knick. And it sucks. It is what it is. You always got to give up something to get something. And I think Dante is going to, do well in his new role in Minnesota. I know he was also, upset about the minutes and him probably not starting. But it is what it is here in 2K. So we have our 10-man rotation. I would like to think we have found, a team that is good enough. But I don't know. I mean, I could arguably maybe upgrade one of Anunoby or Bridges. But I don't know. I don't want to completely blow this team up. So I'll see you guys at the start of the third and final. It is officially now or never for us here in New York. This offseason made another big move, bringing back Dante DiVincenzo, and this is a really, really good team. I mean, this is a clear-cut championship caliber team, in my opinion, and it is, as I just said, now or never. Starting 5 remains the same with Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Alperen Sengun. Bench unit will still be led by Cam Whitmore. Obviously brought back Dante, still got Mitchell Robinson, drafted Koa Pete, and Deuce McBride, who has basically gone from 6th man to 10th man, and I kind of feel bad about it, but that's what happens when a team gets better. So I will see you guys at the end of the third and final regular season here in New York. We finally have a new MVP, and we finally have a new record. We do not win 53 games. We win 73. I will take it. Obviously, tying the Golden State Warriors for the best record in the history of basketball. Now, is this team as good as that one? Probably not, but I'd like to get a championship, and that 73-win team did not. So let's see if we can change some things up. Anthony Edwards, your MVP. Cameron Boozer, Rookie of the Year. Ben Thompson just owns the Sixth Man of the Year award at this point. Wemby wins another Depoy. Rob Dillingham, oh my God, most improved. Ant wins Clutch Player of the Year as well. And Tibbs, your Coach of the Year at 73-9. So, it is legitimately, I know we said this quite a bit, it is now or never. It is do or die. Any other phrase you want to throw in there. We are clearly the best team in the Eastern Conference, and we were actually only 10 games up on the 63-win Timberwolves. All right, maybe we'll meet up there in the finals. It is Brunson, Sengun, Bridges, Towns, Whitmore, DiVincenzo. Anunoby's scoring fall off has been really kind of funny to see, honestly. Koa, Pete, Deuce McBride, and then Mitchell Robinson. Rebounds per game led by Sengun, and assist was Mr. Brunson. So once again, the 1 seed. It is us and the Celtics here in round 1. Why is this a fucking playing team? My God. Please just let me beat them. That's all I want. They do win game 3. We win game, that's big. Thank you. We win in 5. Okay, now moving on to the Pistons. Good, not anything that really scares me. Wow. This is what happens when I get cocky. This is what happens when I get cocky. This is disgusting. I need Brunson to be a little bit better. It's the fucking playoffs. Towns. Yeah. Wow. Gross. All right. Well, this was an epic failure of really any which way you want to put it. The Pistons. I don't know, man. Okay, well, the Timberwolves version of this will be coming tomorrow. I think it is a safe bet that New York will be a lot better and have a lot more success than what we had here in today's video. But I guess the moral of the story is you never know what you're going to get with this game. You really don't. So, yeah, my apologies, New York fans. Maybe it's a punishment for me trading Josh Hart. But no, this team was obviously good. It sucks not being able to win a finals and never even make a finals. We made a conference finals in year 2, but my God, man. Sad. So I hope you guys still enjoyed. Let me know all your thoughts on the trade down below in the comment section. Obviously, it was a blockbuster deal that nobody really saw coming. And I am very much missing basketball. So excited to see this team in action. Excited to see all the teams back. And hopefully you guys are as well. So let me know any other rebuild ideas down below in the comment section. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.